Why should everyone use the wood line during energetic spring, even if they don't have the wood skin conditions? Wood is one of the 5 aspects of vital energy and is fundamental to the optimal function of the other 4. In addition to the 5 seasons, elements, basic emotions, and skin conditions, the body is a host of 5 major fluids, 4 of which are clearly matter: red blood, fire; lymph, earth; blue blood, metal; and water for water. The other fluid of the wood element is simply energy, vital energy. You could say it's the energy of the energy because without wood energy, nothing else happens. This is why the wood treatment is always the first one we do in any series of treatments. The initiating energy of wood must be balanced before we go on to balancing the other 4 fluids. By stimulating vital energy flow, we give energy and nourishment to the cells to help keep skin radiant and full of vitality. Our wood vital energy must be kept in balance since it fundamentally supports the other 4 energies. An energetic deficiency left untreated for any length of time invites others, and problems will then accumulate exponentially. This is why everyone can and should benefit from any products of the wood line now during energetic spring. Follow for more or gain insight to add energy medicine to your healing practice. Go ahead and visit tonyad.tv/Fido-5 or email info@tonyad.tv, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic being.
Inshallah and ashe. Once again, blessings to you, my energetic beings. I'm hopping on a little later. The return of a mystical Monday, if you will. The energy of the new moon, a spiritual heart or an inspirited heart. So while we're waiting for people to hop on to the live stream or tune into the replay, take a breath and take the pause, get into the emotional zone of neutrality. And welcome to the season of Pisces. Pisces, the season of spirit, what our spiritual essence, our senses, our spiritual mission or acumen, our own stepping stones into our own spiritual gifts, our intuitive gifts, our psychic gifts, those abilities, even our old karmic stories, the subconscious, things that are being released where new spiritual truths are being more embraced. How about hugging spirit for a change? So as we flow into these etheric streams into a new world of spiritual boundaries that are necessary within ourselves and outside of ourselves, so then we're able to trust our own faith, bringing it to the greatest and to the fullest spiritual faith. So upon entering already, we've had the new moon. Hopefully it's been a spiritual heart for you, along with our spiritual emotions kind of merging for this inspirited love space, if you will. Setting our intentions for our new spiritual story, possibly. So this story was going through an entire scribe, if you will, back in the season of Virgo. So if you do journal your intentions, go back to your Virgo new moon and see what those intentions were. And if you have yet to go to your sacred altar this morning and kind of share your dreams, your visions with the universe, the Great Spirit, even your ancestors, all the dreams that your heart wishes to create on this earth plane, on this earth journey, what do you dream about creating? And if you're being called to activate your intuitive gifts and psychic abilities, change your stars is still on the highway, always is actually. But the key ultimately is to be compassionate to yourself as we learn how to love our spirit more, those outer bodies, if you will. So we're kind of setting up the blessing, a universal blessing, if you will, beyond the blessing bowl on your desk. So dream big, wish even bigger. So it's important to remember to really writing our intentions down literally for the next lunar cycle, because our heart has come out to play and looking through the lens of a more imaginative, imagination, visual way of seeing things, honoring our spiritual heart, our physical heart too, even our inner child. What would you have that conversation with your little inner child self, your 3-year-old self, your 2-year-old self? Maybe your pre-womb self, I don't know. But the aspects of those sacred parts of each and every one of us that they're just that, sacred. And even meeting our spiritual artists that we were, our physical heart as well, with unconditional love and compassion, because this new moon is showering upon us these rays, these blessings, blessing us with a new kind of spiritual bath, if you will, a cleansing. Literally, that was probably my download a few days ago, a week ago or so. But It's our inner self. So with that, welcome to today's Daily Snippet. I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is just a choreographing of them all, merging them all together. But my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies, the elemental realm, the rising of the origins, the imaginal realm, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, which is actually our ground center is online all through the season of Pisces. So we've got these opportunities to literally have prophetic dreams, actually, and also really just some great spiritual connection. I tend to go into the realm of offerings, prescriptions, and rituals during each season. It's just different as time and space are kind of not in reality sometimes. But those are all just the otherworldly kind to bring you back into your sacred space. And rituals really are food for the soul. But our personal medicine, what is our prime directive? What is our gift? What is our purpose? I utilize all of these so that your light shines even brighter, literally. My name is Tonya Dee, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe, please do to my channels, either YouTube, where you're probably watching me, or otherwise my Musing with Tonya Dee podcast. So you do have opportunities and options. I'm all about that. Now we have entered literally the realm of spirit and also karma and dharma. We've got opportunities, but the crown really is online during the season of Pisces. This is our spiritual acumen. It's our prophetic vision center, the angelic being Sandalphon. So if you start singing a tune or doing a dance, just know Sandalphon's in the arena. But I also like to give a shout out to new peeps that are entering the village, the community, a validation, a voice of acknowledgement. I like to acknowledge that people are joining my show. And also new friends and guests just arriving. That's also part of it. New subscribers, again, blessings. Thank you for that. And of course, those of you that do hop on later or have even been part of the journey since the beginning, it really does take a village, a tribe, even if it's a small one. So, are you being or have you been assisting me in hitting my YouTube goals for February? Hope so. Just remember, gratitude and blessings, paying it forward. And again, those that do tune into the replay later, I do see your comments. And if you don't mind hitting the bell button, if you do subscribe, along with the white rabbit, the white button, that's just how I see that. Don't ask me why. And remember, a comment if you feel you are in need of a message. Sharing is just another way of paying it forward. Gratitude and a blessing bowl, right? So you can also find me, of course, on other social channels, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Just remember, I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we have energetic hiccups and we need somebody to get us out of our own magical way, myself included. I'm not void, of course, I should say, just to get our magic going. The daily snippet. So what is this all about? The cosmic insights, the planets, the elemental realms, the 4 pillars in Chinese astrology. I kind of use those to kind of map out things along with the subtle energies, the chakras. It's just a choreographing and even down into the channels, the pathways, and more importantly, our auric fields, along with the message for our day. So are you able to sense through your heart, your inner child star that you ultimately are? Awareness of our spiritual heart. What does that even look like? Often children feel vulnerable, sometimes unsafe. Sometimes, they have bad days too. We just don't acknowledge or think that how could they have excuse me, how could they actually be having a bad day? So it's really a day to feel childlike, be in your imagination, be in your dream state, the mystical, magical. Feel your innocence, your childlike wonder. Do what you can to really protect that aspect of yourself, your inner baby, and take care of those heartfelt needs. Maybe you need a whoopee today. It's an excellent energy to use for play, to be creative. Maybe you paint something, draw outside the lines, do something your heart really loves, but do it with joy, do it with playfulness. So it really is, what does our inspirited self love? Absolutely, 100% beyond infinity. And just exploring our personal one-on-one relationship, that spiritual relationship with our Sira, what we look like on the other side. So history with our heart's choreography, if you will. So the first part of this energy, you may come into terms with how you have treated your spiritual heart over the years. that spiritual connection, the cause and the effect, the consequences of treating our spiritual heart, our spiritual body, possibly that way. What has that really done to your physical heart over time and space? That's why it's important to merge all these bodies, the energy bodies with the physical bodies, energy to matter, and just noticing how far that we have come instead of how far that we haven't. This is your personal soul journey, not anyone else's. And if your relationship to your cosmic heart has improved or suffered over the years, you're probably very aware of that. You might even have a self-realization, just realizing your current relationship with your heart self and how it's different from the one that you had to your past. Letting all that go. So is there any room for cosmic improvement, spiritual tools? Are you using them? Are you utilizing them for healing karma with your own heart space? And having acceptance and accessing, be non-judgmental, be more compassionate. The most powerful tools for our heart is really the power of love and knowing that we are connected, having more self-love, just being grateful, seeing how far you've come, a blessing bowl on your desk, streams of grace, universal streams. Whatever your spiritual karma may be, it's really just a galactic, wise, ancient wisdom idea to apply these spiritual tools and allowing our spiritual body to re-choreograph or reposition itself so it's in alignment with your heart. They're merged. It's spirit to body or heart to body. But these are streams, universal streams. Just finding a new way, a place of being maybe self-compassionate with your inspirited heart. Loving yourself even. Just listening, tuning into your heartfelt needs and learn to really tune into spirit from the situation. That's where the visions will come in. So yeah, just a few announcements. If you haven't tuned into my podcast from last week, Victoria Gallagher, The Power in Manifesting the Life That You Love. Who doesn't want that? That was actually released last Thursday, part of the theme of the Season of the Witches this year. Check your inbox as I need to be whitelisted. I just found out, having some hiccups there. August of this year, if you're interested in an adventure, one that is not a luxury getaway, mind you, Magic in the Mountains, a Mongolian retreat. That's happening August 7th, 2023 through the 21st. We're going to be traveling with not one, but we're going to have 6 indigenous medicine people of the land choreographing this journey with us. So be sure to jump in as space is very limited. And if you have yet to listen to the Musing Moon Meditation, the Pisces Spiritual Heart New Moon, that arrived for myself at midnight. You might have woke up at that dreamy time, which is actually the hour of the tiger and the rat. It's wood energy, so it's like the gallbladder liver energies. Actually, it's after that. What am I saying? I'm getting ahead of my brain. But for today on the Elemental Highway, energetic hiccups myself, we've got a Yin Earth Rooster of a day. So the Yin Earth holds all the ingredients. The Earth holds minerals, it holds water, it directs water. Yin Earth people tend to have allergies, but I would be surprised if this Yin Earth Day person actually has any due to all the nature energy, because nature controls wood, or wood controls earth, actually. So it just kind of breaks up the rootedness, the tiger does, and the rabbit. And the rooster's also depleting the soil, if you will, minerals around the trees, feeding the trees. You have to be creative. Refined minerals. So our day isn't actually rooted. The mountain's in storage in the tiger. The rooster and the rabbit are clashing at the hour of the pig. That mountain is released. So there is some energies that are kind of pushing away instead of coming together. Just remember that yin metal is a lawnmower and the lawn is the yin rabbit. So it's tenacious and it just keeps on growing. It's stronger and being strengthened. Where the rooster's blades, the lawnmower, may become dull because it's not in season. So it's actually a weaker energy this time of the year. So our day does produce courage, refined decisions, if you will. Ideas, visions, those are the power, the skills, the ambition that's birthing. It's becoming an authority on something. That's what's birthing anew. So this is power that comes from a caring individual, actually, somebody who cares authentically. The water is in the month. That represents the wealth or the spirit. So this is money or assets for our day, the Yin Earth. So this is unbecoming wealth. So wealth that the person doesn't earn. It's probably gifted, a car that's gifted from your ancestors to get you to work. That's a gift. That's an opportunity, if you can see what I mean. A gift that is something useful, but given hopefully with zero restrictions, other than maybe having to get car insurance or some other physical world kind of thing. But our day does need fire to produce more friends, helpful people. The hour of the sheep, the ox would be a great time. The hour of the dragon, release the wealth coming in from the east, because we have that wood direction there. But I would go to the spirit of fire, the ancestors, our dreams, our visions, the otherworldly beings, do an offering, especially with this new moon. You could even do a water, Pisces, water, a bowl of water in glass, a fish, even if you have fish, that'd be great. You could also create a mineral or a stone sigil on the earth with crystals or flowers, stuff like that. Just be inventive, be creative, dream large, right? So just kind of stepping into the cosmic nature as a reflector in human design. I really am a hermit. I always go to nature, the intelligence of the magic and the mystery of nature. It's just organic and it's always transforming. And having come off the roof, this universe is really spiritual, aligning the fabric of my personal destiny here. So just being open to accept and create, getting a little boost. It's like a cosmic charge, I guess. And just notice how certain projects are getting that energetic boost, and really take a breath and just notice what projects really light you up and which ones might be fading or dimming your light. Maybe they're literally fading away. Honesty and integrity can literally get us farther and farther along our pathway. And just allow the universe to be your galactic guide, your light, as we hold our left hand, hopefully, on our heart and ask for this guidance. So today I do have a message for our day. It's coming from the Fae. Part of this is for Candy Rocks. Saw your heart. So this is for you if you're tuning in. It's really for everyone, but thank Candy, because I'm not doing messages unless I get comments. Ha ha. There we have it. We got the RAR. I love this guy. This is pure energy. The 52, which is feeling our emotions, our mind, being mindful of our feelings and listening to our gut feelings, and then turn to spirit, which is kind of interesting. In the heart of the Pisces season, we've got energetic boundaries around our spiritual heart. Nobody gets in unless the heart allows it, or the Great Spirit. We got options. This little character is part of the helpline troop, the wee folk, large and small, associated with the elements, all the elementals, the beings, and just the elements of this world and not of this world, I might add. Full of life, full of fun. But again, the RAR is wild, pure potential energy. They're not naughty or wicked. They're just very energetic. They're also not very discriminating, by the way. They like to join in with whatever excitement, it has to be exciting, whatever exciting energy is happening around them. They literally add more spice to it, more energy. And in a way, they literally are the pure potential, and they really potentize whatever it is that's happening around them. They're very attracted to rioting mobs, meditation groups that are rising towards ecstasy, if you will, Kundalini rising to any other strong energy kind of states and cosmic awareness. But they're kind of like Tiger in Winnie the Pooh stories. They bounce, they zoom, they go off on wild tangents. They go off on their own wild tangents. So kind of think of a growling dog, that kind of a growl, or the purring of a cat, how they have that hum. Or even when you're like, in your tonality, it reminds me of one of the elementals. Can't think right now, sorry about that. Or even when you rev up your engine on your car, that kind of humming, grounding self. They're not discriminating. That's really up to us to do that. But they do put literally a live spark into whatever is happening. And it is our choice to do what we will with it. Freedom to choose. So this is an intention message, which is awesome. It's encouraging us to be especially attentive to what we are doing with our energy and those intentions. Couldn't make this up with a new moon, right? So it's about not getting carried away with this bouncy enthusiasm. However, do take advantage of the energy. So we can accomplish a great deal with this energy, this frequency, this vibration, but being made available to us, especially with a new moon wishes today. So it's just a great time if you are out noticing. It's a great time to actually become grounded, become embodied. It's not to be, our intention is being embodied is to be grounded. Humans, We need to get our feet firmly planted into the earth to really bring the intangible into the tangible, the energy to the physical. So when we encounter this cosmic energy, this wild energy, these potentials, it really is about the breath and really taking that pause, be in the moment, the zone of neutrality, the zone of neutrality. Emotional neutrality is kind of what I was thinking. Go to your center, whether it's your heart center, your solar plexus, whatever your center is. Earth yourself. I prefer to earth myself into the element of the day, but be clear, be specific about your objectives and really go for them. It really is an exciting day to connect to our spiritual heart, our inner child, get the whoopee, the sacral, the crown, the heart. We've got options. So our thinking could kind of receive an opportunity for change, for transformation, for the sake of healing our ego self. Sometimes, softening out the edges, edging out the great spirit, the oneness. So you kind of have to ask yourself if you are nudging spirit away or if you are inviting spirit in. I think we've been clouded on that realm for quite some time. So with our thoughts focusing in on more kind of society kind of themes, the grand picture, the whole encompassing, the entirety, we're kind of being asked to use our open-mindedness in order to heal maybe an old ego belief and then innovate that, twisting it around. I see Mobius strips actually. So that's curious. But our heart is in the healing realms of love along with the streams of grace. So it's best to really utilize this energy. It's also a day for heartfelt forgiveness, being compassionate. You may find the need to forgive yourself for how you have been treating yourself over the last few years. That's this inner stuff happening, those inner traumas, if you will. Your inner child may express those wounds, and all we need to do is to express some compassion, heart full of compassion. Look at your inner child self from your older adult self and heal the wounds that way. Just loving your spiritual space. And accept who you are without any judgment, being non-judgmental. The spiritual plane isn't the one for judging. We do that pretty well ourselves, other than the karmic threadings that we are clearing up. So just really allow your inner child to know and accept that you, in the moment, did the very best you could. Now, in this moment, you know that you are doing better than ever before. And loving yourself as the divine loves you creator. I would say that I am aligned with the Great Spirit and I have a compassionate heart to my inner self. So with that, the Shamanic Healing Academy is actually open. If your soul is really calling you to join, that's the academy, the Spiritual Academy. You can see what it's all about. There's a mentorship opportunity and a membership opportunity. So if your soul is nudging you to join the Shamanic Healing Academy, those doors have been open. And who is this for? Mystics, intuitives, psychics, wherever you are in your journey. If you're on the threshold of your personal medicine, there's a private sacred circle, a community, a village to utilize. You can see what that's all about at TonyaDee.com. There's still some things that are changing. I've hired some people, but it really is an opportunity because I'm all about opportunity. So yeah. With that, I will see you tomorrow. Of course, I am changing this up just to give you some insight on that, but I will see you on the other side. Blessings.
And you take that intention statement, you rework it until it's something that when you say it, it's just like, woo, just like you really, really feel good about it. And you just take that intention statement and you say it 10 times a day, but you say it like, you don't just like, my goal is to have, I mean, you get it to a point where like you've memorized it, you're saying it, and if you can't say it 10 times a day, and I know that seems like a lot of work, it's 10 minutes. You can do it while you're sitting on the, bathroom. You can do it while you're going for a walk. You can, you can say it throughout the day. You can say it right before you're going to bed. You can say it in your meditation. However you say it, whenever you say it, do it 10 times a day with that feeling. If you can't do that, that's not important to you. That's not a priority. Something else is a priority. And so you need to figure out what that is. So that